Are we rolling? Yes, audio.
Whew. Yeah, I
we're
hope so.
rolling on Vimeo. Oh, crap, I have to take... I didn't change the basics here either. No, I'm sorry, this is going to be a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do it like this. Okay, let's talk Airguns. Live podcast.
Hi, everybody. We're working out a couple of technical details. We're running a little late, but that is going to be part of the course. We're going to be doing more of these lives as we get ready to go to Daisy Nationals. So figure we kill two birds with one stone today. We'll redo the live from Saturday that got terminated, and we will have fun, hopefully, talking about this gun today. I'm going to get my computer set up over here on Facebook. Well, maybe I should have my phone on Facebook and have the live. Are we pushing live to Facebook at the moment?
And you are going live to Facebook right now.
Excellent. Let me get out of here. Go here. No, I did not want to go to Business Suite. Go away. All right, here it is. All right.
At least you should be.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, I've got it live.
Okay.
I am live. Okay. I'm going to turn this down. Here we are.
Can you talk so I can check your audio, please?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to do a little talking here. Hello, 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 everybody. Where you are. I've got my little thing here. I can try and see if somebody chats. I can barely see that. Let me put it over here. Put it over here. I can put it right there. Look at that. Boom. Outstanding. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, what a fun day. We are working on some stuff here because we're fixing to get ready to go to Daisy Nationals. And so we're doing some live testing. Hope you guys join us. Let us know how things are rolling. How's it going over there, Sue?
I think everything's
All the
good.
plates are spinning?
Yeah.
You should put yourself on camera there and say hi to people.
Yes, the plates, they are spinning.
The plates, they be a spinning? Oh,
yeah.
man, what a day.
What a week, what a month, what a year.
So let's get rolling here. First of all, thank you guys for joining us. This is an impromptu Let's Talk Airguns. Last Saturday we were doing one on this gun, and yeah, YouTube just shut us down and deleted the video, and it was a whole thing, and it kind of prompted me, once and for all, I'm done live streaming on YouTube. It just doesn't work for me personally. The genre that we're in is air guns, and we're going to show guns and talk about guns. And if they have a problem with that and just cut us off, well, yeah, that's it. I only show guns used in safe operations on a range, private range. Everything we do is all safety oriented. So there's really no reason for them to do that. And we did not violate their rules. So it's just their arbitrary enforcement. I'm not wanting to deal with it anymore. Hopefully Facebook understands. Gosh, I can't even believe it. How could I say that with a straight face, right? Hopefully everything goes well here. If not, really what we're doing is we've moved all of our lives over to Vimeo. So really quickly, Sue, can you throw up my computer here?
Yes.
So this is our Vimeo page. If you're not familiar with Vimeo, it is, it's really a platform that's for businesses to share their content with clients and other businesses. It's a far more professional platform. They earn their money not from ad revenue, but from membership. So I pay in the order of over $1,000 a year to have my stuff on Vimeo. I do that because one, it gives me a place to share from, so I can embed and then stream directly. They have great tools that way. And it gives me the ability to do lives and other things in the way I like to do them. And they do have their rules, right? They do have their own guidelines, but they understand better, and you can actually talk to a real person there versus YouTube, where you don't ever really talk to anybody of consequence. You might get somebody on chat support, but they can't do anything. So Vimeo is the platform we've been using for years. I don't know when I posted my first content there, but it's probably back in 2010-ish, plus or minus. I've been using them for a long time, maybe 12. I don't know. We've been using Vimeo for a long time. I have a channel there. As you can see on the screen, I've got 1,830 videos hosted, and that's just that you guys can see here. That's all my Airgun stuff, which is just a ton of stuff. If you guys want to go check that out, please do. And you can join, you can actually get my content there. And guess what? They don't inject ads into the stuff, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it is a...
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? So yeah,
No.
you can go watch there ad-free. Now, I may talk about it, something in the video. Like right now, I'm going to tell you that this product was delivered, provided by, covered by New England Airguns. And John over there was out here for Airgun Expo. This was supposed to be here for Expo, and it didn't show up in time. Oh, darn. I get to hold on to it for a while now. Maybe indefinitely. I think 9/10 is something of something, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I am hoping to do a lot of work with this because it has me very intrigued. But I will tell you guys about who is helping us do what we're doing. On the table here, you've got New England Airgun represented, as well as Hawk Optics. They are, Hawk has had a great conversation with them today. They are an awesome sponsor, have been for years. So when you're seeing our guns, you're probably going to see Hawk on them because they are, yeah, they are the Airgun scopes I like to run. In fact, they're the optics I like to run, Airguns or otherwise. Anyway, let's go ahead and move forward. So you may get an ad like that. Like I may tell you something about who's helping us do this, but you're not going to get injected BS garbage, clickbaity. I'm thinking of language I could use. It won't be terribly offensive. BS that is, yeah, you won't get any of that. So if you guys want to see my stuff and enjoy it without any ads that are injected, check it out. Just join Vimeo. I post there. It actually goes live there before it goes live anywhere else. So that's cool. Now we also do have our Officers Club, which is over at Airgun Army, and our Patreon page. You guys can see behind the scenes stuff and early access stuff that's kind of like condensed and has no ads. I don't even get into like the thing I just did, like telling you about New England Airgun. I don't even do that on those. So if you want to help us do what we do, it's like $5 a month. It's not a lot. If you want to help us do what we do and support us directly, we have our Patreon page. We have our Officers Club page. And we'll make sure that those links are in all the stuff that we publish so that you guys can get to it if you do want to help us out. So what are we talking about today? Well, we're going to do a little bit of a wrap of Airgun Expo. We were going to do that Saturday, but didn't ever get to it. So Airgun Expo went off pretty well. We had a good time, Sue. Did you have a good time?
I did, very much so.
Awesome. I mean, I enjoyed it quite a bit. We had John here from New England Airgun. We had Javier from Sling Guru. And we also had Steve and his son Dakota, also from Sling Guru. And we had a couple folks, or we had some folks show from El Paso too. So it was good. We had a good time. And yeah, I just really enjoyed myself. It reminds me, when I go do those events, it reminds me that I got into air guns because it's a really, really fun sport. When you're having to deal with all the politics and all the crap on social media, you almost forget that these are supposed to be fun. Would you say that's correct, Sue?
I would say that's correct. It becomes more work, like work, the
like
four-letter
arduous.
word work,
Yeah.
instead of fun work. And I mean, this is a job that most people would think is cool and fun. It can be.
It can be.
But like you said, the politics of it can get
it's
exhausting.
gotten ugly. And really the business side of it's gotten pretty brutal too. The reality is that the whole social media influencer, what's the right word? The word escapes me, forgive me, but that whole environment, that wasn't what I was thinking of, it was a different one, but that whole environment has gotten tough for someone who, like myself, is, I mean, has been, it's not nearly what it was. It has been in the past primary source of income. So we get nothing from YouTube. So the only resource we would get would be through direct sponsorships. And yeah, those are all but gone away now because the influencer model, they can give something away and some guy does something stupid and gets 1,000 or 1 million or 10 million views or whatever. And they're content with that. They really are less concerned about how the product's used. Was it used properly? Was it informative? A lot of places don't really care. As long as they got eyeballs on the name, that's all that matters. That is not ever what I seek to do. In fact, I will quit before. If I have to go do that, I will stop. I will go do something else. So my goal here going forward is to provide quality, educational, informative, facts not fluff material for you guys where you can make your own decisions on, hey, is that cool? Is it not cool? Yes, it fits my need. No, it doesn't fit my needs. I'm not trying to steer anybody any particular direction. I just want to tell you what's going on with the stuff I'm getting to go play with. And I do want it to be playing with it. So if I'm having to go out there and just spend 20 hours on stuff to not have any benefit, I will go do something else. So that's where things are. And I think we have a path going forward that's going to let us do that. Do you have something to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's a really cool thing, you getting to play with these guns.
Yeah.
Not only you get to play with them, but people who work for you and work with you, and people who come out to try them out.
Yep.
They get the opportunity to actually put their hands on a vast amount of different types of air guns and figure out what they like, what they don't like, why they like it, why they don't. They get to shoot it, not just look at it in a store.
Right.
Which is very different, because if you know how a gun looks versus how it feels when you pull it up to shoulder it, it's totally different experience.
Yeah, and I had to say, I forgot what day it was. Maybe it was the last day or the day after when we were packing everything up. But I went and I'm sitting there looking at this range that we have set up down there. And I guess, I don't know, I won't get into, pardon me, all of the things I'm thinking. Just goes back into my growing up years and philosophies of, I would say, pounded into me by my dad at times. But I'm looking out there and I'm realizing that this range I have in this facility is really, it's actually very, very unique. It's actually really special. I have 100 yard and some change, 50 yard wide or 40 yard wide bermed private shooting space. And that is, not a lot of people have that. I mean, there are people that do, but not a lot of people do. And I am incredibly grateful to all the folks that have helped me build that. And I want to share it. I actually want to share that with other people. So we're looking to have an air gunners group here in El Paso. If you're in the area, you want to come out and shoot with us, yeah, come do that. I want to make it available. I'm thinking about starting something like Airgun Academy, where if people want to come out and visit for a weekend and actually put hands on guns they never would otherwise get a chance to. I think stuff like that would be fun, Sue. I think it'd be great.
100%.
It's right up my alley. I love teaching people about the sport and working with them so they get the most out of what they're doing. So that is sort of, I kind of take a breath for a minute because I've made this decision. I'm not going to fight with YouTube anymore. I'm still going to publish stuff to YouTube. I'm just not going to fight with them. I'm not going to. And I'm not going to concern myself with the algorithm or how many views we get and all that other nonsense. So if I chase that needle, the stress level goes way too much, and then it's no longer fun, and I'll just quit, and I don't want to quit. So Airgun Expo was awesome. It's another reminder of why I get out and do this stuff, because we shot some great guns. Switch over. Let me pull up Airgun Expo.
It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
You know, when we talk about Airgun Expo, there's a lot of work that goes into the expo being pulled off successfully. There's several weeks before, several months afterwards, plus the week right before and during is extremely busy.
It's huge. It's like a big deal.
And it's long days, very, very long days, exhausting. You go to bed and you're like wiped out. But you come away from it with like really excited about the airgun industry again, really excited about being able to shoot, having had some refreshing time outdoors, meeting people, talking about stuff that you have in common. It was a great experience.
I would say the word I would use is invigorating.
Yeah.
You know, it reignites my love for the sport, because I get kind of bogged down. I don't want to do that anymore. We've already talked about that. Let's move on. But if we look over here at my computer, I've got, this is the schedule we had. I think you've edited it to what we actually did.
Yes.
Okay. With links to videos. Now, some of these videos we have to redo. There's an audio issue day one. So some of these videos we're actually going to redo, and then we will kind of replace what's there. With Cheryl and I are going to go down, well, Cheryl, Sue and I are going to go down and do some lives this Saturday. Is that the plan?
Correct.
So if you guys want to hang out with us on Saturday, we're going to do like a backup day of catching.
And we hope it's going to be better than the first.
Yeah. Well, we figured out what the audio problem was. So at least we know that. We're working through the other logistics. My poor wife. I mean, she tries so hard. I mean, she really does. We were getting the show ready, and she says, "Could you be patient?" I said, "I am being patient." She said, "Can you be patient nicely?" Because I get a little tense. I get a little intense too. I get that from my dad. It was fun when Dad would go live on a show, and I was the guy running the board or the guy getting stuff ready. Yes, Dad, you just.
I've got the good end of the stick.
Yeah. You want to have some thick steel-toed boots on and you want to have your thick skin on.
Yeah.
He didn't mean it personally, but he was like, "Woo, baby."
It's all business, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, if we go back here to the calendar or the schedule, you guys can see the guns we shot. Like we shot the Bar 1100Z a lot. We got the Gammo brake barrels, the Impact Mark III 35 cal, one of my favorite guns. The BSA R10, the Bar 1100 Z25 that we did. That was all about the shooter competition. And then we had, let's see, the Crossman Prospect, the Bar again, the Bar 250Z, the Scout Evo, super cool air gun, and it's still here. John hasn't asked for it back yet. Anyway, hopefully we'll get to play with that a little bit before I have to set it back. We did a whole thing with Sling Guru. Now they got some amazing slings. You can see one back there on the wall on my Gammo. That's this Shadow Elite, and it's black and yellow, so they made it just for me. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Thank you, Gammo. Something like that would be amazing on this gun. It would line up, make this super nice to carry around and super comfortable. So that is cool. And then the last day we kind of went through a bunch of stuff, and the last day was all about Hawk optics on guns. And I think one of the things we'll film Saturday is really just an homage, if that's the right word, or I don't know, showcase, maybe it's better, of the scopes they provided for the show, kind of go through their features and what may work, kind of price points, what may be good for you guys. So we're going to do that live as well on Saturday. I hadn't told you about that, Sue. Anyway, but we'll be doing that to kind of make up for some lost content that got goofy because of the audio. But on the last day, we shot a couple Ibex rifles, the Ibex 2, which is a multi-shot big bore, really, really gorgeous and very fun air gun.
You scoped it and then you sighted it.
Yeah, so I did. Yeah,
there are
that's
two
true.
videos there.
Yeah, and then we did the Ibex 35, which is the standard Ibex single shot. We did the M1 full auto, which was a very fun video. If you guys check that out, Sue was shooting that. I think I shot it once.
Can you scroll down just a second?
Scroll down.
It's covered by the picture-in-picture. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. That one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Crossman M1 full auto. Now, Sue, you shot that.
I did.
And you weren't seeing the target. I was seeing the target. I'm like, holy crap! Is she smashing the center out of that thing? What'd you think of that gun?
I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. I will say afterwards, when I saw the video, I went, oh, that actually shot better than I expected. Because when I was seeing it live, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. It looks like a big group. But then when I saw what it shot for everybody, I was like, oh, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was just a BB rifle. It was just maybe 10, 11 yards away, but it was a BB rifle.
And I don't shoot BBs.
No, I mean, the trigger pull is horrific.
Yeah.
Her left hand's not her strong hand. She's right-handed, left-eye dominant, so she shoots lefty. So she had a lot going against her there, but she still put up some really nice results. It was very, very fun. I enjoyed shooting that quite a bit. So that's a super, super fun gun. We also did the Benjamin Armada, which was, that just takes me back, man. I love that gun. The whole Marauder line, I get that in today's market, it's a little outdated. I get it. But have you seen me? I'm a little outdated in today's market, right? I'm an old guy. I'm not as old as some guys, but yeah, it's scary. I'm going to be 55 this year. I don't even want to talk about it. All right. And then we did the Hawk Arrow, which was incredible. That shot awesome. And then we ended the day with a bang, quite literally, with the Sidewinder. What?
With the SWA.
Yeah, SWA, yeah. So it was a big event with a lot of products covered. All of these videos, right now, Cheryl's going through them, trimming them up, making them a little bit more concise and get rid of some extra stuff that need to be in there. And they'll be replacing the videos that are on there. So you guys will be able to see that. And then we'll be releasing them on YouTube over the next 6 or 7 weeks. There's a lot. So even if we do 3 videos a week, it's going to take us 6 or 7 weeks to get through them.
Can you just click on the AE25 virtual show floor page link up top? That, if you look there, you've got all your videos there.
So, yeah.
from day 1 to 3, including the evening videos.
Cool. Well, you did a good job, hon.
So, and if you go to each of the pages, you can see the videos for each of the sponsors as well.
Where is so I have day 1, and we did, was it John and me day 1?
Yes.
And then day 2 was with Javier.
On the right.
Oh, okay. You didn't make it big.
I didn't make that one big
gotcha.
because there were 2 videos there.
I got you.
On John's, there weren't.
Oh, you should make it big so it matches.
Okay.
She does all the web stuff. So you guys, when you go to the website, you say, gosh, this is a really cool website. That's Sue. So remember, you could thank Sue. Send her a cup of coffee or something.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Better.
Coffee. I can get that myself.
She would like ice cream. Yeah, and then we had Steve Wood at the end of the show. We did another live. So
what was it? A tree, not a forest?
I don't know. He said something about his name. So anyway.
Or was it a forest, not a tree?
I don't know. Excuse me.
Okay. So we have a question in the comments.
Yeah, if you guys have questions or stuff, please.
They want to see close-up shots of the targets moving forward because they couldn't see it clearly on the video, which I agree, and we're going to work on that, having close-up shots.
Okay. There's a logistical issue and a reason why it may be tricky. We will see what we can do. I can try and get closer. The thing is I can't put the camera out in the sun. So if I'm 50 yards from the target, I got to have a camera with a sufficient lens, with sufficient clarity to be able to provide that to you. That is tough. I can't put something out in the sun. It was 108 one day, and the cameras, we weren't even doing anything, and the cameras overheated sitting still. We weren't recording.
Just shut down.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. We'll do what we can do. Maybe there's a way we can tie something in. I just don't know.
Well, the one day we did zoom in, you were able to get a function that allowed us to zoom in.
Yeah.
If we use that camera and are able to do that, we'll definitely do it.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, after the fact, Cheryl will probably try and punch in. So
well, I don't know that she can unless I'm trying to avoid editing.
Gotcha.
Set multicam edits because it's
pain.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize unless you do this work, you do not realize what goes into just the production of a video. I've got a video I've got to edit back here. I had 3 cameras. I had main cam, target cam, scope cam. And that will probably take me 4 hours or so to edit that 20-minute video. So when I'm done, it may be 10 or 12 minutes. By the time I'm all done, all said and done on that, I'll have 10 or 12 hours in. Because
for the filming, the prep,
testing, filming, all the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's of this gun. Actually, the video for this will be coming out probably Saturday. I've got to edit that today, get it to Cheryl. I've got an early access for you guys, for our Patreon members and our Officers Club members. And I've got the main feature video will be coming out this weekend. So this gun is what I shot, I don't know, a few days ago. Saturday, I guess? Saturday. Yeah. Anyway, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and roll in to talk about this gun because what I was talking about on Saturday when I was so rudely interrupted, YouTube, was the FX DRS Tactical. Now, this is what I can do here on Vimeo. I can touch it. I know. Oh, stop it. Stop the presses. I can actually pick this up and show you things, right? Can you show?
It helps if I'm on the right camera. That is very out of focus. Can you back it down? There you go.
Okay,
that's better.
Go. All right, so we'll work on that camera up there and its focus issues.
No, it just when you went too close.
It's too close?
Yeah.
It should just like autofocus, but like that. Is that okay?
Go up a little if you want. No, it starts to go out of focus.
Then keep it here then.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll work on that. Had all the other settings right. But anyway, this is this gun it has me very excited. I was showing some pictures of the Barra 250Z, which is a gun we had at Expo. And it's similar in that it has this shroud around the barrel is the tank. So there is no tank on this. If you look at this, they've made it look very much just like an AR. And if I were to take this to a shooting range, sit down and start plinking with it, people would absolutely want to know what I'm shooting and probably want to try shooting it. And this product, for traditional firearms people, I think it would get them interested in air guns more so than some of the other airgun stuff. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but It looks like a firearm. It has, build quality is exceptional. When you start looking at the price, like for us air gunners that are Walmart shoppers, it's expensive. But when you start looking at what's really out there these days, it's actually like mid-range. It's like low mid. It's like $1,100 for this, which I get. It's a lot of money. And you put an optic on it, it's a lot of money. Fillets. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. But like you take the Scout or the Western Airguns Rattler or the Sidewinders, or you start looking at good quality guns, not the cheap crap that's out there, but good quality, the raw, these other guns, Air Arms, Daystate, Brocock, these guns that are like legit, really good quality stuff. And this is actually kind of coming in at the bottom. And I have to do this. When did FX become like budget air gunning? I know it's not budget air gunning, so please hear me. But that is a shift I did not ever expect to see. Now they have their super expensive stuff too. A buddy of mine brought over the FX King. We have a video of that on GTA, I think. And that was sub MOA out of the box. That's $2,500, $2,600 plus a scope, plus, yeah, I get it. That's more like high-end stuff. But this is $1,000 to $1,100. But you can get the classic, I think, for maybe under $1,000. Yeah, this is a lot of air gun for the money. I'm just like, blows me away how well this gun performed, like right out of the box. So let's talk about that.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Right where you're, right in front of the trigger, there's a piece that, I'm guessing in an AR, pulls out and has a mag in it.
Right.
Okay. This doesn't. It's just there for aesthetics, correct?
Actually, I think this is where the plenum is housed.
Plenum?
Okay, so I think, if I'm wrong, John will correct me, or you guys who know more about the mechanics than I do will correct me. But I believe that's where the plenum is. So here's your tank. You have a regulator somewhere in here. Okay, the regulator lets a certain pressure into a device called a plenum, which is the volume at a certain pressure that's used for the shot.
Okay.
So it's like measuring your powder charge.
Gotcha.
So it's not just the pressure, you also need a set volume. So the bigger the plenum, you have the more potential for power. That's why they're called a power plenum on the Mark III, Impact Mark III. But this, I believe the plenum's in here.
Okay.
The other thing you have on this, and I want to show you, is right here. This little wheel here.
Yep.
Okay, that little wheel is your hammer spring. And it's not like, how can I describe it? On some of the FX guns, the hammer spring just spins and spins and spins and spins. So you have a set number, you spin it, and when it goes to the end, it goes back around, it just starts over. That is what I thought this was. It is not. It's actual a hammer spring, and you can back it all the way out, and all the way out, this thing wouldn't even, I mean, it was dribbling out and bouncing at 25 yards. So, yeah, like super huge range. As you start turning it up, actually I went all the way up and I started turning it down until I found where I wasn't wasting air, and I hadn't dropped my power. So for me, this is optimized for what I want to shoot. I'm shooting 18-13s. It's optimized. I can tell you what we were getting for some info. Let me tell you what the, all right, 31 shots on the reg, and I got an extreme spread of 10. So average was 915. So we are doing 33 and some change foot-pounds with this optimized for how I like to shoot. Now, if you had the longer barrel, this is a 500 mil barrel, you can go to the 600 or 700 mil barrel. You can turn it up, you're gonna get more power. But this is super light, super compact, and just freaking awesome. I really like this gun. Beyond that, what they've done, okay, so you've got the tank, it's integrated. You've got the plenum is just, everything looks like an actual gun, right? You've got a nice hidden, it's not a weird knob, it's just a nice little hidden hammer spring right here. You got your 6-position stock buffer tube. This is mil-spec, by the way. If you want to put something else on there, just unscrew it, put a new one on. It has a threaded, see, I couldn't do any of this on YouTube, guys. This is, I'm talking about a breath of fresh air that I can come on do this with you guys live. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. 1/2 UNF. We were running for the video, which you guys will see if you're a Patreon member, Officers Club member, you'll see it before everybody else. But the rest of you guys will see it. I believe it was released on Saturday. You guys will see my video on this. And yeah, I was running the Airgun Tactical. And not only, I would think I might have these photos, Sue. Hold on, don't switch over yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to show like the difference between with and without the moderator was pretty impressive. Okay, so go ahead and show my screen. So 50 yards without the moderator, top group.
Oh, wow.
Okay. With the moderator, that group.
I thought a moderator was just to moderate the noise.
It does. One of the added benefits can be, not always, what it does is it's stripping that turbulence away from the pellet. All right. So the sound and all that air turbulence, as the pellet pushes through, it's got baffles in there. On occasion, you can find where a moderator can really just stabilize things on the way out the door.
I didn't know that.
It did a great job. We go on here. There's my next group.
At the bottom, or because I've got a picture over the top thing there.
Okay, so there's that second group I shot.
In the middle?
In the middle.
Okay.
And then another group I shot. So it got very consistent with the moderator. There's another angle. So anyway, you guys get the idea. The Airgun Tactical mod did a great job on this gun. Took the bark out, made it quieter, but also greatly improved accuracy. I haven't tried other moderators, but it's certainly worth a shot, right? I thought that at 9:15, this may be just a teeny tiny bit hot. I don't know yet. I want to try some other pellets. I only shot the AT-13s. I just went out and shot it. I hadn't shot it yet. I went out there, do a scope on it. We shot it, shot a video, and there you go. It's kind of my out of the box first impressions look. Very good first impression. The other thing it has going for it, and this is me, this is subjective, fully subjective. It has one of the nicest triggers out of the box that I've ever shot. Now, let me tell you why I say that. I have an AR with a Rock River, I think it's Rock River trigger, and it is 2-stage, super crisp, sub 3 pound. And sometimes if you know AR, especially budget ARs, triggers are not great. In fact, they're meant for you to have a deliberate trigger pull. You like that, Sue? Deliberate? Sort of like that M1 you were shooting. Very deliberate. In other words, you got to grab it, yank it to get it to do something.
Very deliberate.
Very deliberate. So, excuse me, this is not that. It is absolutely just such a joy. There's no over travel. It's incredibly crisp. It is not very heavy. It's not like ounces. It's probably 1.5 pounds. I'll put a meter on it next time we go down. It is out of the box. It is, for me, perfect. I do not want to touch it. You may want it lighter or different. That's very, very, very subjective. But for me, it had one of the nicest, best handling triggers, bar none. I've shot a lot of guns with a lot of different triggers. It's very, very nice. So all in all, we've got great consistency, adjustable power, depending on what you want. Again, if 34 foot-pounds in a 22 isn't enough for you, well, you can get the longer barrel if that's what you want. You'll get more power. You give up the handling. You give up the weight. But you may get more shots because I think you're going to have more tube. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. I will talk to John about that. Personally, this for me is amazing. I love this gun, and I would absolutely hold on to this gun indefinitely. What I would love to try, and maybe also hold on to indefinitely, is a 177 and a 700 millimeter barrel. If that, in my mind, that sounds like the perfect just long range target shooting, ratting, etc., fun gun. Obviously, long range and a higher caliber with more power would be more effective. But I'm thinking, if I could shoot the 13.3 slugs, JSB knockout slugs in that, excuse me, and have good consistency, I don't know. It has me thinking. I would love a 177 with a 700 millimeter barrel. I think that would be awesome. You have a question?
I was just going to say guns seem to be very specific to the person because like someone may want to make that longer. For me, making it longer means it's heavier, so no thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I could sling it and carry it versus just carrying it, yes, please.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I think
stuff like that. So it's, but the question I did have is that scope doesn't come with it, right?
no, this is a Hawk Air Max. This is a 4-16 side focus 30 mil first focal plane. Really nice scope. I like it. She doesn't like it. She's not a fan of first focal plane scopes. It's the reticle just gives her a fit, and when it's too small, she can't see it. Neither can I. So I zoom all the way in, but when you zoom all the way in, your eye position has to be far more specific.
Yeah.
Somebody's texting me. Yeah, so it's to each their own, right? So
Yeah.
I would maybe have her look through a Sidewinder. I think it's a little more forgiving. Have her try that, and maybe not a first focal plane, do it's like a second focal plane Sidewinder might be perfect for her. She may find that really useful. What she really loves is her ATN scope on her McCavity. She shot this and she liked it, but she just likes her McCavity better.
The more I used it, the less of an issue it became.
As far as the scope?
Yeah.
It's all muscle memory, hon.
And look, honestly, I think a lot of things in life, that's the case. The more you use it, the more you actually get used to it.
Right.
Your immediate reaction to a thing may be wrong. It just might be wrong.
You have to be willing to put in the time. It's sort of like doing these live streams, right?
Yep.
If she did this day in, day out, now I can tell her, I mean, at the beginning when she started doing web stuff for me, I'd have to show her patiently and with great love and care, as is my nature. But now, I mean, she's faster than I am. You give her a project and just get out of her way, because she will get it done.
She'll plow you down.
Yeah, you don't want to get in her way. She's a monster, and she will get that same consistency with this stuff. That's why we're going to be doing it far more often. So expect to get random. Hey, Rick's live, so expect that may be happening as we go and do this, because I'm going to work out this issue. Work out this process that Vimeo is our go-to, and we'll simulcast on Facebook as long as they let us, and we will go on from there. And then we'll have this will be trimmed. We'll throw it up on YouTube, and that will be that. Our podcast will continue there. It just won't be live. So yeah, kind of a bummer, but is what it is. And you guys that see this on YouTube, come join me over in Vimeo, and then we'll get a good schedule up. We're going to have a page dedicated to Let's Talk Airguns. You can see the schedule, see what we're going to be talking about. You know when to be there, where to go, and you can come and chat and join with us, and we will build it there. And we'll be able to do a lot more fun stuff. We'll be able to do lives down at the range. I'm thinking we should do unboxing and first shots. Well, you're talking about putting a manufacturer on the
spot,
proverbial spot, right?
Yeah.
You know, you get a gun, you take it out of the box. What happens?
Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't work. That's really frustrating.
So I've always had this question, and I've always wondered if I should ask it.
Sure.
But do manufacturers spend extra time prepping the gun that comes to you versus to the public?
There have been times they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been times they have.
That's kind of a bummer, because then you give a good review of what you got out of the box, and they don't get the same thing out of the box, and then they think, well, what happened?
Most of the time, things are just, let me say, it's extremely rare. I probably, in 20 years, it's not quite 20 years, 17 years, maybe 10 or 12 guns have been
Actually, it's more like 18 years.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking about my
20.
time on YouTube, because
okay, yeah.
you know, I started in 2008, so 17 years. But in those years, maybe half a dozen to a dozen times, I know a gun's been prepped. So usually that's because maybe the first one they sent had a problem, so I sent it back, and they made sure this one came out.
Gotcha.
But I think that doing the live unboxing and first shots right at the range, I mean, gosh, what could be more honest than that?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that would be, hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yep.
That happens, and
Yep.
it sucks when it does. And
Yep.
so, it's no fun. I would say 8 to 9 out of 10 times, everything works just fine. like I haven't done it yet, but I will. I want to go ahead and clean the barrel on this now that we've done our first looks and see if my groups improve. And I still think I'm pushing a little bit hard. I was watching the pellets. They kind of had a little wobble to them, or maybe they had a couple that were doing the whole spiral thing. I love it when you just shoot and you just see just a straight line. Well, it's kind of an arc, but you see a nice clean arc without any wobbles, any fishtailing, or any circles. When you see that and it just hits where you're aiming there, it's like that perfect golf shot. Man, it's satisfying. Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking about seeing the pellet flying, and I'm thinking either those pellets are going so incredibly slow or you have bionic eyes, because I watch on the camera to see if I can see the pellet, and it goes so fast I don't even see it. So how do you see the pellet?
Well, I'm looking through the scope, first of all. So I'm looking through the scope, and usually if you shoot in the evening, you'll get the light behind you.
Okay.
And it actually illuminates the pellet very, very well.
Okay.
So you get this backlighting of the pellet. You can actually see it very clearly. I can see it very clearly. And well, this is my guess. And if you guys out there who know more than I do, and there are a ton of you out there, right? You put comments in all the time telling me how much more you know than I do. But you guys out there that know more than I do, what I'm guessing is when we see a pellet that's doing the spiral thing, it's not leaving fully stabilized. So it's either the barrel's not right, or the crown's not right, or something is not right. The pellet could be not right, and we just get these spirals. It may hit in the same spot, or close to it, but when you get this spiral thing going, something's not working right. And then I have some pellets that literally you'll see in fishtail like this. You just see it, and that tells me it's like it's pushing too fast. It not stabilized, and we're pushing too hard. So, you know, the cool thing with this, and we did this on the video. Did I do it on the video? I may not. I might have just been shooting with somebody, with Bob. I don't think we videoed it. So we went all the way up on the power adjuster and went down and then went back up, and we kind of seen what it did. And we were going by 5 and 10 click increments. Don't know. You know, let's find out. I'm going to go all the way up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 70, goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so about 100 clicks. All right, so
you cannot get that 60 seconds back.
Yeah. Cheryl, speed ramp that. So it's about 100 clicks. So I went all the way full tight, which is here, I'll show you. So you take your...
Oopsie, let me get out of the picture in picture.
Okay,
Hold
so
on.
here's your adjustment.
Oopsie, now I've got 2 pictures in picture. There you go.
Okay,
that's
got
better.
it? So you're going to push it up. So that was like all the way down. You go all the way up, and that's your hammer spring all on. So that was around 1,000 foot per second. So I'm going to just go back, and we were about 25 clicks off top is where this settled down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I had some double clicks, I counted them. So we're at, 25. And when I would go up and down on the hammer spring, it was extremely consistent. So I could go down 10, back up, go up 10, back down, and it would consistently change. And it did matter based on like where we were in the shot curve, not shot curve, where we were in the midst of like the hammer tension. So when it's super light and you start adding pressure, you have more of a increase. When you're already like max, there's less of an increase. You're kind of diminishing returns at that point. But with a good crony, you could just sit there, dial it in, get your numbers, find that sweet spot that you want. So like if I was shooting Hades and I wanted to, you know, not go like too fast, I could dial the hammer spring down. If I go back to 1813s, I just go back up to where I was and it stays consistent. It's awesome how well that works. So I really love that. That kind of adjustability is great. You don't take this apart and muck with the regulator. It's not designed to do that. It's just designed for you to work that hammer spring and get what you want. So we did shoot some 100 yards groups, which were awesome. Sorry, this page scared me. We did shoot some 100-yard groups, which were awesome. I didn't shoot awesomely, but I was glad to shoot at 100 yards. I show you what we got. Okay, so you want to show my screen here?
Sure.
Okay, so that was at 100 yards. Okay, I need to work on my shooting at 100 yards.
That's 3 groups.
That's 3 separate groups, right? Right. So it's a couple inches, maybe 2.5 inches at 100 yards. Pretty short barrel. So do the 700 mil, get maybe run slugs or something versus pellets. I think this thing has real potential to do really well. I want to shoot more. I want to shoot more at 100. We also had some wind blowing too, so somebody's trying to get hold of me. Can you tell? I will call them back in a minute.
You want
anyway,
me to deal with that?
No, it's fine. That's fine. We're about to wrap up. But anyway, guys, that's it. I wanted to do a test run here. Wanted to do a test run just on the whole setup using Vimeo as our streaming platform. As I said earlier, if you want to watch our content without ads, it's vimeo.com/AirgunWeb, and all of our stuff is there. No ads. Go have fun. Enjoy it. Have a good time. I make squat all from YouTube revenue. I would like to earn YouTube revenue, but yeah, it's not in the cards. And they just make it harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to do anything there. I have to maintain a presence there because the billions of eyeballs that are there and the potential for people to see stuff. And it's great for my manufacturer clients like the Hawk Optics and the JSP Pellets and other folks at Nate Croney and the other folks that I work with that are manufacturers that they sell through distribution. Those guys it works great for because it doesn't matter what video it's on, their product's getting seen and that's what they care about. So it's great for that. But for other folks like John over at New England Airgun, by the way, guys, that's who sent me this gun. So you guys want FX products, please go talk to John, New England Airgun. He is your guy. If you want Hawk Optics, guess what? He's going to carry those too. So reach out to him. If you want some Sling Guru stuff, John's going to have those too. So a huge thank you to John and his support for everything we got going on here. Yeah, I really appreciate him and all the other sponsors that we have. Airgun Tactical, also Airgun Capital. Excuse me, Airgun Capital with the moderators. They're also a sponsor. So guys, I think that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this format. Let us know if you have comments or suggestions or things that you think, Rick, you should really do this differently, and give me a whole list and write me a whole novel or whatever. I probably won't read a novel, but if you have some suggestions, I'd be pleased to see them and take them seriously. You can check out our other websites, airgunweb.com, gatewaytoairguns.com. We also have airgunarmy.com.
The Airgun Expo.
The Airgun Expo, which has all of our Expo stuff, not only this last year, but all the years previous. Check that out. And also, let's not forget gatewaytoairguns.org, which is like huge. That's something I'm going to be putting a lot of time and energy and effort into because that's a place that can really help all parties, vendors, manufacturers, customers, consumers, airgun enthusiasts. That is a wonderful place to go hang out and chat with folks about what's going on in the airgun industry. If you have questions, comments, you have suggestions about your airgun, how to use it, how to shoot it, how to get the most out of it, that is a wonderful place. It's free to join, and I hope you guys will go take a look. If you're not already a member, hope you guys go take a look, and that's, again, gatewaytoairguns.org. Guys, that is going to be it. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. Sue, thank you.
No problem.
We're going to do some more probably this weekend. We'll be back again live. I don't know if we'll get to it before then, but we definitely will be
Maybe
live Saturday.
Friday.
Yeah, maybe we can do it again. I don't know that if I do a full day live Saturday, I will not be live Saturday night. Just a heads up. We're going to take that night off.
Friday night we can't.
We've got my sister's getting 1 year older.
Yeah, if you know Cheryl.
Yeah, if you guys know Cheryl.
Feel free to wish her a happy birthday on Friday.
Yep, she's turning another year. I'm not going to tell you how old she is.
Old. Ancient.
Yeah, ancient. She's much younger than I am. So anyway, yeah. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Again, questions, comments, just put them down. We'll do our best to get to you. You guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you next time we go live. Keep your eye on the schedule, or keep your eye on like your notification stuff. Oh, I don't know if anybody got this far in the video. Thank you. But let me say this. We're also having issues on YouTube with you guys getting your notifications. I need to say that at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So if you are subscribed and you have asked for notifications, make sure you hit the bell. Make sure you say, show me everything. Because if you don't, you may or may not get notified when we do something. It's really frustrating. You talk about something that just feels like they're out to get you. Well, that's why I'm here. We're not going to play that game anymore. So, but if you guys want to try and make sure you get the most out of it, make sure that you have that notification set and all that other stuff. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. And you'll have an alternative if you want to watch it.
Can they get
else.
notifications on Vimeo?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
I think so. You can definitely get notifications on like Airgun Army and Gateway to Airguns because we will post when we go live and we have a schedule, we'll post a notice there too.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's it. We're going to roll. I've already said that a bunch of times. We're going to roll. Hope you guys have a Facebook too. You set your notification on Facebook when we go live. So we've seen a bunch of people come up and say hi. So we appreciate that. We're going to run now. You guys have a great rest of your week. Remember, FX DRS Tactical is freaking cool. See you guys. Bye.